All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from Irwindale. Cody Burke and Jesse Gordon on the front row. Austin Ruskoff and Ethan Johnson on the second row. Kirk Marble and Nicholas Johnson on the third row. Dylan Schreiner, Cody Kennedy on the fourth. Andrew Thornton and Joshua Nichols round out your top 10. Kyle Reeder starting in 11th next to Matt the Maniac Moniac in 12th. Garrett Korn in 13th, Cody Dean in 14th, Brandon Jennings in 15th, Ryan Caldwell in 16th, Donald Double D Durant in 17th with that lucky hat, CJ Jeffries in 18th, Mark the Man Dantuma in 19th, Chad Johnson starts in 20th. Chad Ragsdale in 21st, Alex Harper starting in 22nd, Jake Archibald in 23rd, Aaron Brill rounding out the 24 car field here tonight. I'm going to need all the drivers to have shorter names by next week to get through that. It definitely takes your breath away, folks. The view down from the blimp, we can see the whole track. That may come in handy as this race goes on. Looking back through the field, I gotta say, it's awesome to see the DuPont 24, the OG paint, back out on track. As it looks like 23 drivers gridded, Aaron Brill did not take the grid. As always, if you have a favorite driver in the field, don't forget to drop in the comments. Let us know who you're cheering for. Don't forget this race and the BRR race earlier tonight will be on YouTube here a little bit after the race. Just under a half-mile track. 23 high horsepower cars. What could possibly go wrong here? Under the lights, you know how it is, and it looks like we will have a delay. There's a problem with Chad Ragsdale. There's Ragsdale coming through 3 and 4. He came up off the apron and the car just went around. Definitely very unusual to see something like that happen. Pace car getting ready to duck in. Pace car is in. Cody Burke leads them through. Nick Nicholas cheering on Josh Nichols. Here we go. Green flag is in the air. They are down and away at Irwindale. We got a car dropping low and wrecking at the start-finish line. Andrew Thornton involved. Ethan Johnson. Joshua Nichols. Dylan Schreiner. Just a bunt. Kyle Reeder involved. Our first caution of the night. Keep an eye on that inside line. We saw one car duck low. Oh, the 11 gets on the power and snaps left. Looked like another car had the same problem. We saw this at Phoenix last week. Oh, one of the Johnson boys gets caught up and sends Kyle Reeder down. Andrew Thornton back behind. He makes it through, but then the one car gets pushed back up into his bumper. He comes around and collects a few more. Well, we saw the same problem. These cars, not the easiest to launch because of being high horsepower. These guys got to be careful. Josh Nichols on pit road along with Kyle Reeder, Kirk Marble, and Matt the Maniac Moniac. Most of these drivers on pit road are saving that fast repair. Looks like most of them stayed in to do a manual repair. Looks like everybody will get back out on track and maintain the lead lap. Nobody out on track with significant damage to their car. As the lights go out and the pace car drops in, here we go again. Through 3 and 4. Green flag back in the air. That high line seemed to be the preferred line during practice, but already guys going 3 wide, picking up spots. Holy cow, the 24 tries to shoot the same gap. There's a wreck. Caution. Garrett Korn, CJ Jeffries, and the Maniac involved. Remember, there is a 20 incident point limit. Some of these guys are getting up there already. Looks like Garrett Korn loose in the middle, almost gets it saved. But then the rest of the group comes from behind, gets into him. Josh Nichols barely avoids that. CJ Jeffries in the 19 just had nowhere to go. The Maniac goes off into 3. He just stops back behind. And it looked like Korn just, there may have been net code at play there. Great save by Korn. Unfortunately, too many cars back behind. Hey, good Good evening, Matthew Shepard. I will will definitely be remembering that for future use, although not in a broadcast. Alright, lights back out on the pace car. Cody Burke, Jesse Gordon still in the front row. Cody in control of the restart. Pace car is in. Pit road entry and exit on the back straightaway. With all the bumping and banging we're seeing so far, how long before somebody hits that turn one barrier? Green flag back in the air. Whoa, Jesse Gordon shoots to the bottom underneath Burke. Cody Kennedy starting to make some moves forward as well. Looking, whoa! Couple of cars getting a little too deep into the turn. Got one car around Jake Archibald. Looks like he managed to stay out of the racing surface, and it looks like a very common move through the turn here. Much like a dirt race, some of these guys will do a slide job and a crossover. And it looked like Burke and Gordon were doing that up front. Brandon Jennings up 11 spots into 4th. Chad Johnson up 12 spots into 8th. If Chad ever learns how to qualify, he'll be unstoppable. Steven Johnson also up 13 spots now into 11th. Looks underneath Andrew. Donald Durant's up 4 spots into 13th. Mark Dantuma up 4 spots now into 15th. The field's starting to spread out, but that is bad news for Cody Burke and Jesse Gordon. They're going to be in lap traffic very quickly. Has one car already on the bottom, Jake Archibald. A lot of battling from 5th place on back. And 3 wide, now back down to 2. And have to give a shout out to Mark the Man Dantuma as he's on the bottom. They are 3 wide. They clear him out of 4, back down to 2. As we mentioned at the start, Mark Dantuma doing that from the back challenge to support the HTSAI MS fundraiser. Every car he passes this season, he'll be donating $1 to our fundraiser as they're trying to get 4 wide. Prior to this race, he had already passed 31 cars. The top 10 have calmed down a little bit, but back behind in the teens, man, it's a dogfight. Ragsdale trying to make his way forward. Andrew Thornton, Kirk Marble up on the high side. These high-powered cars love that high line at this track. Alex Harper starting to make his way forward. Dantuma has dropped back just a little bit. Josh Nichols was making his way through the field early on, got caught up in the second caution, is currently stuck back in 21st. Dylan Schreiner currently in 3rd. Brandon Jennings in 4th. Nicholas Johnson now up to 5th. Cody Kennedy in 6th. Chad Johnson in 7th. Austin Ruskoff in 8th. Steven Johnson in 9th. and Ryan Caldwell in 10th. They've settled down a little bit, gotten somewhat single file from about 13th on back. Kirk Marble got by Andrew up into 12th. You can see a lot of these same drivers tomorrow night at Jones BS Racing at 9 Eastern. Kirk Marble looking low to make a move. Marble now to 11th as he works his way forward. Cody Dean looks back underneath. Cody Burke still has the lead with Jesse Gordon right there, but lap traffic is becoming a bigger issue. Caution! Caution is back out, lap 29. Looks like Andrew Thornton involved in this one. Andrew's the first one to get turn 1. Ouch. Take another look at this one. Oh, Ouchtown Population U. And he got hit a couple more times, just for good measure. Thankfully, he got it towed in before some of those drivers came back around. Normally, I don't interview drivers after they've been in a wreck, but I know Andrew well enough to know he'll be a good boy. Andrew, have you gotten out of the infield care center yet?
Yeah, they told me I was fine because I walked there.
Well, that's a pretty good indicator. I kind of figured your brain may have gotten rattled, but then again...
I mean, you know, it's got a long way to go. A lot of empty space in there, you know?
Yeah, that's true. I have to say, man, that was one heck of a wreck. We were wondering who would be the first to get turn 1. I was really surprised to see it be you.
I wasn't.
Okay.
I found it a couple times in practice. I kind of figured I was going to be first, but hope that wouldn't be the case.
Man, it's been a wild one out there. Will you be able to get the car fixed and back out?
Maybe. My main concern is I feel bad for the leaders that got into me there. I was sitting there trying to tow, and it didn't tow till after they hit me, and I kind of hate that for them.
Well, man, it was definitely a great fight. You were moving forward. Hopefully you can get back out there, buddy.
And we're going to give it a try. We have a fast repair, I think, and if that's the case, we'll be set.
Good luck, man.
Thanks, Doug.
So it does sound like before he could get towed, Cody Burke and Jesse Gordon may have gotten a small piece of it. Unfortunately, they hit pit road to get repairs, so Nicholas Johnson and Cody Kennedy will have the front row, followed by Chad Johnson and Austin Ruskoff. Ryan Caldwell, Kirk Marble on the third, Cody Kennedy, CJ Jeffries on the fourth, Alex Harper and Donald Double D Durant rounding out your top 10. Donald Durant has that unicorn trucking hat, bringing him some good luck here tonight. You can find that hat and a lot of other cool stuff in our merch store. Nicholas Johnson in control. They're coming around. Green flag back in the air. I don't think any of these cars will come home undamaged based just on the restarts, as we've already got some 3-wide action mid-pack. Oh, Durant gets a bump. and another bump straightens him out, but he was briefly 4 wide. Great wreck avoidance by everybody. Top 8 or 9 cars, single file. Matt Moniak battling back in 10th place at the moment, battling with Alex Harper. Cody Burke on his way back toward the front is already back up into 12th. Jesse Gordon also back on the move. Gordon back up into 16th. Burke still a long way to go. Nicholas Johnson and the entire Johnson family had started racing with C12 Motorsports on Wednesday night. Don't forget to check them out. They're off for a few weeks, but will be back with both a Wednesday night Cup Series and a Tuesday night Street Stock Challenge. If you missed any of those races or any of these races, you can find them all on our YouTube along with all the awesome highlights. Several cars involved. Caution! Caution back out. Garrett Korn, Chad Ragsdale involved. Ragsdale in the purple car. Oh, gets a little bump. Gets into Korn, and they both end up in the outside wall. Garrett Korn back behind. You see the bump. Korn got low, but couldn't get low enough. Several cars coming in. Cody Kennedy, Austin Ruskoff, Chad Johnson, Ryan Caldwell, CJ Jeffries, Alex Harper, all on pit road. Cody Kennedy coming in. Nicholas Johnson will hold the lead. Wait and see how all the pit stops shake out here, but man, this field has been turned upside down a couple times already. Johnson came to pit road, so now looks like Kirk Marble may be taking the lead. Steven Johnson now to second, Cody Dean to third, the Maniac up to fourth. Cody Burke on his charge back to the front in fifth. Dylan Schreiner in sixth. Mark Dantuma from the back in seventh. Brandon Jennings in eighth. Jesse Gordon continuing his comeback in ninth. And Double D holds on to 10th. Chad Johnson, Nicholas Johnson 11th and 12th. The Johnson family, wherever they show up, you know they're going to be tough to beat. Looks like the admins have extended the caution by 1 lap. And we may need oxygen up here in the booth before the night is out. What a race this has been so far. Pace car drops in. Kirk Marble in control of the restart. Steven Johnson right underneath. Out of turn 4, green flag, back in the air, just shy of halfway. Kirk clears traffic 3 wide, back behind Cody Burke on the move. Double D is around, caution. Caution back out. Donald Durant's there in the red 901 car. Gets a bump from the 1. Goes around. Everybody manages to split and avoid him. But man, that could have been catastrophic. He tried to get it turned around. Gets the inside wall. Kirk Marble, due to that awesome restart, still in the lead. Kirk Marble is coming in. Steven Johnson staying out. The Maniac also stays out. Dylan Schreiner, Brandon Jennings, and now Cody Burke stays out as well. Burke fighting his way back to the front. Chad Johnson, Nicholas Johnson also moving up by staying out. Alex Harper stays out. CJ Jeffries, Cody Kennedy, Ryan Caldwell, Jesse Gordon went back to pit road. Andrew Thornton back out on track, several laps down. Looks like Ethan Johnson has called it a night. This many incidents, some of these drivers have to be getting close to that DQ limit. And we might start seeing some drivers disappear from the field. Next week, we are at Kentucky. They will get to open these things up all the way. But tire wear will be a huge, huge issue. All right, here we go. Out of 4, green flag, back in the air. Steven Johnson gets a big jump out to the lead. And they were briefly 4 wide as Cody Burke gets to 5th. Nicholas Johnson looks underneath the Maniac down to the bottom, losing ground. Brandon Jennings started back in 15th, but Steven Johnson, caution is out. Ryan Caldwell, Austin Ruskoff, Chad Ragsdale, and Donald Durant's involved. 3 wide through the turn, and oh! Looks like the 110 just stuck his nose in where it didn't fit. Just a little bump to the 88 turns him around. Ragsdale gets caught up in somebody else's mess again. Homer Simpson, he's not happy. Ragsdale on the high side, almost avoiding it, but gets caught up trying to come through. Several drivers have come back to pit road. Looks like, surprisingly, Cody Burke is back in. Look like Cody took tires. Cody Kennedy also in. Garrett Korn coming back out. Kirk Marble on pit road. Joshua Nichols, Matt Moniak, Cody Dean, Kyle Reeder, and Donald Durant's all in. And Jesse Gordon is out of the race. No, Nick, I think that is perfect, buddy. If you make the broadcaster laugh, it's not too soon. Lights are back out on the pace car. Steven Johnson, Brandon Jennings up front. Pace car is in. Steven Johnson in control of the restart. Green flag back in the air. Johnson yeets it. Oh, holy cow! Jennings around at the front. Caution back out. Looks like most of the field able to avoid Jennings. We mentioned it's hard to put the power down when you shift these things. They just go all twitchy. Only a couple cars get caught up. We keep talking about it. At a short track like this, a high horsepower car is very hard to get off the line good. And you can't get it to maximum revs before you shift. You have to short shift or you will lose traction on the rear wheels. If you haven't already, make sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Instagram, and the YouTube. I can promise you there is new content coming to YouTube every single day this week. And I'm sure after tonight, I think we're going to have a few highlight shorts for this week as well. Chad Ragsdale has fought his way back up 13 spots into 8th. Alex Harper up 17 spots into 5th. Still the biggest mover, up 23 spots, is current leader Steven Johnson. Heck of a run for him. Everybody from 5th place to 9th place. So Alex Harper, CJ Jeffries, Mark Dantuma, Chad Ragsdale, and Jake Archibald is up 12 spots or more. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car back to pit road. Here we go. Through 3 and 4. Steven in control again. Green flag back in the air. Oh, we've got a few diving to the bottom trying to make something happen. A 24 on the move back up. Cody Kennedy fighting his way back up. Kirk Marble on the way. They are 3 wide, mid-pack everywhere. Cody Burke now back up into 7th. Alex Harper in 8th. Kirk Marble in 9th. Matt Moniak in 10th. There's a car around behind. And caution. Caution is back out. Cody Dean, Austin Ruskoff, and Jake Archibald involved. Jake Archibald had some problems. Oh, he got deep into the turn. Just barely clips the 88. Nothing Austin Ruskoff could do on that. A lot of cars very close back behind. Cody Dean down on the bottom. Looked like Durant's dropped to the bottom and didn't check up quickly enough. Chad Ragsdale, Matt Moniak go to pit road. Garrett Korn, Jake Archibald, Cody Dean also on pit road. Nicholas Johnson, Steven Johnson now will control the front row. Dylan Schreiner, Chad Johnson. So 3 of the top 5 are from the Johnson family. DJ, it definitely appears to be one heck of a challenge. CJ Jeffries in 5th. Cody Burke back up to 6th. Alex Harper in 7th. Kirk Marble in 8th. Mark Dantuma in 9th. Cody Kennedy in 10th. Josh Nichols has started making his way forward again. He is now back to 14th. Lights are out. They stack back up for the restart. It doesn't look like anybody has hit the incident limit yet, but some of these guys are very, very close. Here we go, out of turn 4, green flag back in the air, 25 to go. Trying to get 3 wide, mid-pack once again as Cody Berg is now back up into 5th. Alex Harper back on the move. He got caught in a couple of early incidents. He is back up into 9th. Dan Tuma in 10th. Josh Nichols picks up 13th. Chad Ragsdale starting to move again. Car around on the backstretch. No caution yet. Hopefully the car is gone by the time the leaders get there. Caution! Caution is out and it looks like it might have been a big one. Josh Nichols around in the turn. Let's see what happened this time. Ryan Caldwell in the 24. Oh! Looks like a big stack up in the middle of 1 and 2. They all tried to check up. Trying to see where this started there. Oh, the 26. Stephen Nichols just looks like he shot up the track. And after hitting another car, just got stopped and everybody piled in. Austin Ruskoff back behind all of this mess. Everybody checking up. Him and Donald Durant's just nowhere to go. A big one at Irwindale. Mark Dantuma, Donald Durant, Austin Ruskoff, Kirk Marble, Steven Johnson, Josh Nichols, all drivers who have been making up ground since earlier incidents. But that one really hurt, sent a lot of them toward the back late in the race. Lights are out. Pace car about to hit pit road. Nicholas Johnson, Chad Johnson control the front row. Green flag back in the air, 17 to go. Nicholas Johnson gets the big gets the big start. And caution is immediately back out. Looks like Ruskoff, Kirk Marble, Matt Moniak involved. See what happened here on the restart. Oh, looks like another problem. Coming up through the gear, the back end stepping out. Chad Ragsdale right below him as he comes down. Ragsdale looks like hit the incident limit. Bit of a heartbreak for Ragsdale due to the fact that none of those were his fault. And as everybody checked up, Austin Ruskoff, Kirk Marble, Josh Nickel, everybody behind piles in. It has definitely been an eventful race tonight. The old saying bears repeating. In this situation, cautions breed cautions. We had a 20-lap run earlier on, but once it popped off again, it has just gone haywire. Matt Moniak said it is rough out there. The Johnson family out front again. Nicholas Johnson in control. Green flag back in the air, 11 to go. Oh no! Chad Johnson gets loose right at the front, gets straightened out, and oh, he gets turned around again. Jake Archibald, Cody Dean, Austin Ruskoff, and Chad Johnson all involved. Chad Johnson just snaps loose. Has it saved briefly, but then breaks loose again. And everybody just stacks up behind. Jake Archibald side by... Oh! The 7 checks up. Everybody behind doesn't know why, can't react. Watch Cody Dean. I think he caught air. Nope. The 43 sure did. It may get even crazier out here, folks, as it'll be likely about 6 to go when the green flag drops. And will we see a green-white checkered here tonight? Ah, Patrick, I hate to hear that, buddy. We definitely missed having you out here tonight. Cody Burke has fought his way back up into second place. Can he get past Nicholas Johnson on the restart? He has definitely taken a bit of a beating to get there. Lights are out on the pace car. Pace car is into 3 and 4. Nicholas Johnson in control. Out of turn 4, it'll be 5 to go at the line. Green back in the air. Everybody makes it into 1 and 2. This time already 3 wide, mid-pack. They are banging doors toward the back. Nicholas Johnson has the lead. 4 to go. Cody Burke is there. CJ Jeffries also in the foul. We've got one loose. It's Cody Kennedy. And caution is out. We will go to a green-white checker. Does not look like this was due to Cody Kennedy's incident, but let's take a look. There's Cody on the bottom, out of turn 2. Gets loose, shoots down to the infield. Josh Nichols back behind. Durant's, I think, just got incidented out. Josh Nichols gets a bump. Oh, it looks like Jake Archibald just got into Durant's bumper. Durant's got DQ'd out. Several more survive. To a green-white checkered finish. Still 17 cars on the lead lap. Due to the cautions and lucky dogs, Andrew Thornton is back on the lead lap. As is Jake Archibald. Cody Kennedy recovering from his spin in 15th. Joshua Nichols, despite everything he's been caught up in, back up into 13th. But Nicholas Johnson's going to have a hard charging Cody Burke to deal with on this restart. Anybody want to guess at the winner? Based on what we have seen so far tonight, 17 cars on the lead lap, it could be any of them. Lights are out. They stack back up for the green-white checkered here at Irwindale. Pace car is in. Nicholas Johnson in control on the high side. Cody right up on him. Green flag back in the air, 2 to go. The top 2 make it through 1 and 2. Does everybody else so far? Brandon Jennings still lurking with Jennings looking underneath Burke. White flag one more time around. Who will it be? Nicholas Johnson has the advantage. They go off into 3 and 4. Cody goes to the high side. but it won't be enough. Nicholas Johnson gets the win. Nicholas Johnson comes home with the win. Cody Burke pulls off second. Brandon Jennings comes home in third. Wow, what a race. Let's see if we can talk to our top three, starting with Brandon Jennings. Brandon, that was definitely a wild race, but you come home with a podium.
Yeah, I'll take that one. I didn't think I'd have it mid-race there. I donkeyed it on a restart and spun the tires real bad, but happy to make it up.
It was definitely one of those races where you were able to make it up, but you had to come through a lot of chaos to get her done.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on, and thankfully I was able to miss a lot of the really ugly stuff, but I don't know. It was just a really busy race overall.
Oh, it definitely was, and a great comeback to come home third, buddy. Congratulations.
Thank you, brother.
Cody Burke coming home in second. Cody, man, that was one heck of a wild ride. You obviously out front looked hard to beat, but a little bit of chaos in front of you, and you still managed to fight back. Oh. Cody, great finish and a great comeback.
Yeah, it was a good race. Messed up on strategy, but in the end, it worked out. A good second place finish. Congrats to Nick on winning.
I honestly, after that incident, early on, you had to go in for repair, and everything you kind of got put to the back, and you had one heck of a fight to get back to the front.
Yeah, it took a lot of work. I really didn't think I had a chance to get back up there. This is probably the hardest track on this game to pass at, but cautions worked out. There were some accidents that I was able to sneak by on a few restarts. So, I mean, in one way, I got lucky, I guess, but that was a good finish.
Well, it definitely was, man. Congratulations. Great comeback and great run.
Thank you.
Cody Burke coming home in second. And finally, our winner, Nicholas, man, I gotta say that was a wild one. At one point, you were all the way at the back, then back to the front, back to the back, I mean, you were kind of all over, but when it counted, you were moving forward.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a wild race. I mean, after lap one, going into turn one and just getting wrecked, I was counting myself out already. Raced with a little bit of damage, and it didn't seem to really matter a lot. And then about halfway through, I saw Cody and Jesse. They pitted, and I decided I was going to stay out. Didn't think that my tires were going to be that bad, and I had plenty of fuel. So I pitted one stop later and took tires and felt like I was fast. I was actually passing cars. I felt like some guys that didn't, I think I pitted at the right time where most guys didn't pit, and I was able to kind of squeeze them, not necessarily door them, but just squeeze them to kind of run the top because it felt like it was only one groove. Made a few passes there, and then at the end, I was just praying I could hold off Cody. I knew where I was slow at, and I knew if we had more than 5 laps, he was going to figure out where I was slow at and be able to beat me. Because I'm not an asphalt racer by any means, but it's always cool to race with Cody and get the win over him.
Well, man, you definitely got it done. A great, great race tonight, buddy. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for streaming this deal.
Nicholas Johnson comes home with the win in a wild, wild race at Irwindale. Man. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Don't forget to come back tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, and join us for Jones BS Racing. You'll see some of these drivers there as well. Hope everybody had as much fun as we did here tonight. And have a great night, everybody.